What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I've just been testing some more of the scribing skills, and I've found an absolutely amazing and overpowered skill which is going to greatly benefit gankers. It's going to make gankers more powerful this patch in Gold Road, and it's just super strong. I've just been tinkering with it just to try and get it as best as I can to utilize it on a ganking build, and it is just super strong. So let's get straight into it. So if we go to skills, and the scribing skill in question is binding contingency, which I think the original base is magical contingency, and this is what I've cooked up. So it's going to cost 3,054 magicka, and it's going to be a cast on yourself. So it's going to be a pre-buff for ganking. So it's going to say imbue yourself with the magical runes of Ulfslid for 22 seconds. These runes trigger when you cast an ability with a cost, causing a burst of magic around you. It's going to deal 2,782 magic damage to the enemies. It's going to immobilize them, and for 6 seconds it's going to increase the damage done of your next attack used in 7 seconds by 2,000, which is perfect for ganking. And on top of that, I've added minor vulnerability for 22 seconds, increasing their damage taken. So I've just put together, ignore the numbers because I haven't actually got any like proper armor or anything on this. I've just chucked on a two-handed weapon, but I have added the usual sort of 1-bar ganking skills I normally set up with, and I've replaced, I normally have there either, it's normally impale, I think, yeah, killer's blade, or normally I would also have, say, if I can find it, the vampire simmering frenzy, just to boost the damage a bit more. But I do feel this might be the next go-to skill for ganking, so we'll get straight into it. So when you cast it, it's going to put these magical runes on you for 20 seconds, so it's a nice long time, so you've got plenty of time to press it and pre-buff yourself with it. Obviously in an actual environment you want to be making sure you have your relentless stacks, so I've got 5 stacks there. But it will trigger on a skill. That is the only downside, and it also pulls you from stealth. So if we crouch and press the skill, and then you use cloak, it will trigger. So what you have to do is you have to either use potions, so if we go to the potions that will make you invisible, or you basically just go into crouch to gank your enemy. So let's pre-buff with it. So if we press the skill, say that is your target there, we'll press the skill, so the skill is now active. We crouch and go towards the enemy that you want to kill, so we do a heavy attack into ultimate, and you'll see it's triggered there. So that's going to empower you. It's going to do, you're going to get that extra damage, you're going to get the magic damage, it's going to immobilize them, so it's going to snare them down, pin them down. It's going to also increase your damage done with the attack. So it's either buffing the, I think it will be buffing the onslaught. If it doesn't, it will buff obviously your next attack just to finish them off, so say your spec bow. And it's also going to afflict them with minor vulnerability, which on a 1-bar setup you don't have minor vulnerability normally with Oaken Soul. So that's going to increase the damage even more. So it's going to be very powerful. So obviously I said ignore the numbers because I don't have any sets on, but I'm just demonstrating the actual skill. So we'll pre-buff it again, but I said if you're cloaking then press it, it will pull you out of cloak. So that's the only downside to the skill, is it does pull you out of cloak, and it does trigger the second you press any skill. So like I said, the only way around it is a potion or just a crouch, which will have the same effect as cloaking. So this is absolutely perfect for ganking. It's definitely going to change the game in my opinion. With ganking, it's going to make ganking a lot stronger. As I said, the only downside is you can't cloak, so it's obviously you've got to pick your targets. But let's try that again. So we'll press the skill, and then just make sure you're hidden again. So we'll heavy attack into the ult with a spec bow. So that's going to increase the damage of the spec bow. They're going to be snared and pinned down, because the problem with spec bow is it can be dodged. So this thing is going to pin them down for 6 seconds. So they ain't going to know what's going on. They're going to take magic damage. It's going to increase the damage of your skills once it activates, and on top of it, it's going to hit them with minor vulnerability. So a very, very powerful skill on the scribing. This is definitely going to be the skill I will be working towards on the scribing system. It's going to be very, very strong. It's just the only downside to it is, like I said, it can obviously be pre-buffed. You've got plenty of time, but you cannot press cloak because cloak will trigger it. So again, we'll try it with I'll show you with a potion. So we'll activate the skill, then just pop your potion. It doesn't trigger, and then you can then just fire away with whatever attacks you need to do. So a very, very powerful skill indeed. So that's the end of the video, guys. I won't ramble on anymore. I think you've pretty much got the picture. So it's called Binding Contingency. I think it is, like I said, the original might be Magical Contingency, but I've tweaked it to make it as most beneficial for a melee gank. So drop this video a like, guys. I'm very excited for this skill, and any comments, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.